Come to Remora TC to trade like a shark and not get eaten by one. Let's school together to protect and grow our money. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday, August 13th. It's been a week since I've done a video. I've been under the weather since Sunday, so haven't had much energy to put into reviewing the tickers for you, but let's get started tonight. We've got triple Qs on deck. You can see the recent couple of weeks, the price action has been upward, but that was off of a rejection up here. Let's just zoom in a bit. I'm going to slide this annotation over. So all-time highs was today. It's fine. I'm not overly excited about that. But I do want to notate that this price action here is coming right back into resistance. So if I were to move this over here, and I'll just kind of extend this line over as well. Just kind of extend it like that. Okay. So today you can see the price action went right into resistance. When we look down here into the RSI, I've been talking about it for a month, a couple months. Look at this, back in June, here's July, August. All the price action is right at resistance. And even with the all-time highs today, you can see the divergence down here, okay? So I'm going to annotate it once more. It's like fourth time is a charm. But my main point is this wasn't the time to go long, okay? This is the time for you to take your profits from where we were over here in this zone here. This, what is this, 535? Okay, so from 535 upward to where we are here, that's about 10%. So 10% into a weakening momentum zone. And I was informing all of you that this wasn't the right time to go long. I was saying lighten your load, take your profits, and enjoy your summer vacation. So we are now, again, into resistance. I'm just going to slide my annotations over to the right. Really, my thesis is unchanged, just further low prices. And let's just kind of slide everything to the right. So first target would be this trend line here, this thicker black line here, okay? It'll take it a while. I mean, they've been pushing triple Qs and tech stocks, grinding it up. I don't really think it's a move with a lot of conviction. And I'll just slide this over to the right here, okay? That's the gap fill. So more gap fill to the right. My thesis is unchanged. Medium term move for triple Qs is down. I'm not in this trade directly. I'm not trading this index, but I'll talk about some other stocks that I am trading as we continue. Let's switch to GDX. GDX. Okay, GDX here. You can see my thesis is to the downside. RSI remains bearish despite all of this, price action going upward. You can see it is dancing around this resistance zone. I'm going to slide it to the right here. I still feel it is resistance. I don't think GDX will stay above this trend line here. If anything, it is going to break. Now this move here is also a shark-inducing move. Let's put the annotation in here. All right, so it's here. It's because you can see the price action is going upward, but RSI down here, especially in this peak versus this peak, is downward, okay? It's opposing, bearish, definitely. So it's just further weakening prices for GDX. Thesis remains to the downside. I'm just gonna slide this over. This move down would be about 15%, okay? So take your profits. If you're in it, take your profits. I'm going to wait for this break here before I take a trade short. On to MicroStrategy. This one is behaving as I predicted. Let me get rid of this. I talked about this resistance zone where this red line would be, hence my annotation here. Okay, so it's just bouncing around there. It's not changed. My thesis stays the same. It's going to go down, hit the 200-day or so. That's about an 8% or more move. But in general, my thesis for MicroStrategy is the support zones for MicroStrategy, I think, would be down here. This 293, 300 zone. You can see that there's these price points that are close together. There are a lot of buyers there. So, from where we are now to the 300 zone, that's about a 25% move. It's just under 25%, okay? But the first spot would be here. So let's be careful if you're on the long side. Really, this is to the short side, okay? The momentum indicators help hint to that move. Switching to Microsoft. Microsoft did the gap, almost did the gap fill. Okay, so all-time highs up here. This is all-time highs. I'll make the textual wording after I do the video. And then you can see that when price broke underneath this trend line, this is the one I'm talking about. When price broke underneath that, you can see it attempted to regain it. So on this day, yesterday, and then today with the open up here, and then it closed down here with an engulfing candle. Excuse me, blow my nose here. Okay, I'm back. So with an engulfing candle, so you can see that. Not a heck of a lot of volume. It hasn't triggered yet, but it's coming. So just wait for it to begin. So this is the time, once again, to take your profits and be happy. The move that I'm anticipating remains to the downside. Okay, still a downward move. Next support area is the 200-day. It's Microsoft. Tesla here. The behavior of Tesla did not heed my prediction, so I didn't do it. You can see that I talked about this area being resistance, but what Tesla did when it hit the 200-day, so the 200-day, it hit it, what day is this? Thursday the 7th. And then on Friday the 8th, it pushed through it, and the subsequent days have hung out above it. Now, you might say, okay, now that it is above, is it going to stay there? Is this the breakout that everybody wants for Tesla? I don't see it. I don't see it because I don't see the momentum change down here in the RSI, okay? The last momentum indication was this one here. Hence, I put the shark up here. This was the signal to sell. To me, the price action here was an attempt by retail investors to overcome the sell signal. And then this one as well, also an attempt to overcome it. I'm going to switch to the hourly real quick to see if I can draw a different line, horizontal line. So I'm looking at this zone here. I'm looking at this zone here. So these three peaks, this peak, this peak, this peak. So if I were to draw a quick line here, I'd go like that. Yeah, I don't see it as a, no. So I'm just gonna get rid of that line. Okay, so the hourly view didn't give me what I was hoping to see, that perhaps it's building a different trend line. Instead, I still feel the price action indication here on the RSI to the downside with nothing bullish. I don't see anything bullish down here, okay? So all of this price action here is sideways price action. This is an attempt to, poke its head up to overcome this one. I don't think it will. So really my prediction remains the same. It's not changed. I'll just slide this over. Okay. Still lower prices. I mean, all of this is sideways action. It's nothing exciting. You're not making a lot of money. You can see the 200-day. Look at the 200-day. It's just kind of, it is moving upwards. I will agree to that argument. But you can also see that the price movement is narrowing. This is a peak. This is a trough, peak, trough, peak, trough. And it's all kind of narrowing, converging, so that a big move will come. Okay, so right now I don't think it's an upward move. It's still to the downside. Switching to Palantir. Palantir has incredible divergence. Incredible. It still has price action moving upwards. Now, if we zoom in, let's just slide this over. Okay, so all-time highs. But you can still see, the price, the momentum to the downside, okay? I still think it's to the downside. I'm not changing my thesis. Slide this over. All right. So Palantir is just, I'm not saying it's parabolic, but it's just wild. People are going to get smoked. And I hope it's not you. Because I didn't warn, don't say that I didn't warn you, okay? Let's go to Northrop Grumman. Northrop Grumman, I put this little fishing pole signal here to say that this is a bait. So they're baiting us. They're baiting people to go long. And for those who did go long, it's not a huge move, but I did talk about how this rising wedge, this pizza wedge, if there was a break of the pizza wedge, right, and the break came on this day here, which is Wednesday the 6th, that this edge would be resistance, and indeed it has been resistance. You can see that's lower prices. The first area of support is this trend line here, so maybe around 570 is support, but I'm still thinking that the overall direction is down. The momentum is too far upwards here in this, what some people say, an overbought zone. I don't really use those terms a lot, but the only way I could describe it is when an RSI is way above or way below down here in these zones, it doesn't stay above or below for that long. And the subsequent move is usually a big move. Let's go back in time, take a look at where RSI had some big moves. So when we were here, this was September 24, with all of this divergence. Okay, so it stayed up here for what looked like 1 month in this zone of RSI that's high, and then the sell signal came, and then this big price action move down here, okay? In fact, it kept going until the shark came in here to switch the momentum, okay? So right now, we're in this zone above here. I already told you the indication is the sell indication, and that's where I expect it to go. So let's just draw this. Okay, 200 days down here and the gap fill as well. So let's look at the gap fill first. Okay, I'll probably do the gap fill first. What is that? How far is that? About 10%. Okay, so take your profits if you're in Northrop Grumman. Take your profits. The momentum changes there. I really do think it's going to come down at least to like this zone here. this 200-day zone. This trend line here. So from there down to here, about a 20% change. That's quite a lot. So if I were you, take your profits and then re-enter here. Now, the only dangerous thing is this trend line down here. This is a much longer trend line. This goes back much farther. Let's see, how far does this go back? This goes back. Yeah, I drew this all the way back. I mean, even before 2000, okay? So this trend line. So if it comes all the way down there, that's a huge move. So if you're in Northrop, oops, let me get a better, there you go. From where we are now down to that trend line, let's say it hits it over here. Okay, so it could be, it could be a 25% move. It just depends how long it takes. It may be only a 20% move. All right, so not huge, but 20%, you might as well keep that 20%, okay? So that's Northrop. Going on to GM. GM has price action that continues to go upward, and it pushed through what I thought was resistance here. Okay, to me, it is a resistance zone, but price broke through, but it did so with bearish momentum. So you can see it here. Price going upward, momentum going downward. I still feel it's going to break. So I'm going to slide this over. That's going to be resistance over there. So the play would be a short play underneath this zone here. Okay. So when price breaks underneath this trend line, just slide it over, gets under here, then that would be the short. Take the short there. That's for GM. Remember, the sharks have already told one another to get out. So it's really not wise for retail investors to go long. Switching to a long play, this is General Mills. I talked about this as a setup coming up. And I said that they would likely reject it here, and they did. I said it would be nice to take a long down here. Let's just clean this up a little bit. I said, hey, if we could take a long down here, that would be nice, because that would be a really sweet entry. But right now you can see where the price is. Price is right at, essentially, at this trend line that I drew, this one here, okay? So it is right on it, even though you and I could see, if we zoom in, that it is just above it. But that's just how market makers do it. They push price around to give false hope for both directions, whether it's long or short. So right now, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going long yet. I'm going to wait. So either take a long down here, okay? If this is a rejection, let price come down here and take a long down here. But if this is not a rejection and it is in fact a breakout, let's go to the hourly. Okay, so here's the hourly. So the day's price action ended in what looks like a pizza wedge. And it is, yes, above this trend line here. But from my perspective, it's not convincing enough. I'm not going to load into my trade yet. My thesis remains to the upside. Okay, I still feel this is to the upside. The setup is coming. I want a little bit more conviction. So let's see what they do tomorrow. My preference overall is if this line here, actually that's a really poor way to indicate it. This purple trend line, I would prefer if price were to push above it and get above this trend line. That would be the sweeter long, in my opinion. But sometimes, even for an experienced trader, we might get a little bit impatient. So in those circumstances, one way to do it is to take half a portion, right? If you typically trade 10 units or 100 units or whatever your trade size is, or whether it's if you're doing it by dollars, you have $500 to trade. Well, do half of it. Okay, so my opinion in this situation is perhaps take a smaller entry. I'm not taking an entry yet. I'm gonna wait a little bit more, but I will let you know when I do take a long, because this is the right setup. There aren't many long entries out there. Okay, and if you want me to share more of them, I can. Just put a comment. Let me know that you want to see some more long entries. Right now, I've been just talking about short ones because they're easier to find at the moment. That's how the overall market is. Let's look at Abercrombie and Fitch. I already took a trade. I took a short. Now, I talked about how the setup was there. Okay, the shark signal came in to go short. Okay, and I talked about how this is a resistance zone as well as the 200-day. Now, after it broke through, let me rephrase. After it got rejected at the 200-day, and it came underneath this thick black line, I took a short. Okay, so I'm in this trade with full disclosure for you. Actually, I'm going to clean this up a little bit. So where's my target? My target, first nice target, anticipated target for the short from up here is this trend line here. So that's about, all right, about a 30% move. Okay. Yeah, so that's the first one. Now, this ticker, as you can see, the buy indication was here. Okay. It's already played that out. In fact, on this day, this was when the sharks already sold. Look at this. So all of this buying here, and then huge volume selling right here. Okay. On this day, 20 million shares, whereas on most days it's less than 2 million. Okay. I'm looking right up here, where the volume information is located. There. So there's volume there. So you can see on this day it's 20 million shares. Well, for most days it's less than 3 million. Now where we are here, there isn't a conviction in the selling yet, but it's coming. So I hope to join the sharks in the selling. All right. Those are the tickers for this week. Hope you guys have been doing well with your trades. Please put a comment. Let me know what you're looking at, what you think might be a good setup and want me to review. Or just give me your comments as to why you think my approach is faulty. Hey, I can learn from you too. All right. So give me a like. Share my material with your friends and family. And as always, good luck with your trades.